I suspect because there was a leak to Windows 11 that Microsoft is stepping up their game, and with the insider previews allowing you to go ahead and download and install it today. So earlier, I sat down and did some research and came across several articles that talk about upgrading to Windows 11 right now. You can see that Microsoft released its first build of Windows 11 on Monday. There's several articles, both CNBC and even on Windows blog site itself, shows here on the 28th when they last updated it for the minimum system requirements. Now, if you saw my first video about Windows 11, I have a Ryzen 5950X, and the pre-installation program said that my computer was not able to run Windows 11. It turns out I just needed to enable the TPM that was already on my motherboard. So depending on your computer, if it supports TPM, then you'll have to enable it. Unfortunately, some scalpers have already been snatching up the TPM modules online. So prices have gone from, say, like 10 or 20 bucks all the way up to like $100. Now, depending on what computer you have, you might already have a TPM available to you. You'll have to consult your owner's manual or look in the BIOS on your machine to go ahead and take a look and see if it's something that you can just enable. All you got to do is register for the Windows Insider program and make sure that you meet the system requirements as well as the TPM requirements as well. Now here they're saying that you can download Windows 10 ISO media creation tool and install to a separate driver partition, but that isn't necessarily a requirement. It's more of if you want to be safe and not risk the data. So go ahead and make a backup right now if you haven't already, before you plunge both feet into Windows 11 Insider Preview. My system, it's a fresh build, so I really don't care. And I have backups. Okay, so to get started, you want to go ahead and go to your settings and then click on Updates and Security. Scroll on down to the Windows Insider program, then click Get Started. Need to link my account. Now, when choosing your insider settings, there's 3 different channels to be able to choose from. You have development, which is the least stable, but you have like bleeding edge everything. So if you really like to tinker and you don't care about stability, that's the way to go. Then the second one is beta, which is going to be a little bit more less buggy. And then there's release preview channel. And with the release preview channel, that is going to be the most stable, but it's still not released as part of Windows updates for everybody else. So it's still not going to be necessarily that stable. I'm going to go with beta. It is recommended, but I just want to have kind of a balance between bugs and features. So let's roll with it and see what happens, right? So on this page here, it talks about your privacy. It's Microsoft. They already know everything about you. All right, so I'm going to confirm that Microsoft already knows everything about me. And I got to go ahead and tell it to restart now. Now that's going to stop the recording on my machine. So I need to stop this video and I will pick back up once it finishes upgrading. And we're back. The system rebooted, and now the system is set up as a insider build capable system. So if we come back over to Windows Update and check for updates, so it'll come back and show us the different updates that are available. So now we just got to go through the process of installing everything and letting it reboot. Now you can see it is ready to restart. So time to reboot. While it's rebooting, go ahead and drop a comment down below and let me know if you're going to be installing the insider builds. Let me know if you're going to be enabling the insider builds as well. All right, so the system went ahead and rebooted. Now let's go ahead and check for updates again. So after installing more Windows updates, Windows 11 just never showed up. So I read a little bit more about the process, and it looks like that you have to go ahead and switch over to the development build, or the most buggiest builds, to be able to get your hands on Windows 11, provided that your system meets the minimum requirements. So coming back over here, back to Update and Security, and scrolling down to the Insider program, click Beta Channel, and now I'm changing it to Development Channel. We'll go back, update, and check for updates. Now it's showing the Windows 11 Insider Preview 10.0.22000.51. Now let's see if it will install or if it'll break my system in the process. Now, I'm excited about Windows 11, especially with the monitors automatically reconfiguring exactly how they were if you were to, say, disconnect and reconnect another display device. Well, this is interesting. Fresh new install of Windows 11 Insider build upgrade. And there's already some Windows updates to be installed. Okay, so the install only took about 4 minutes to run and reboot. However, initially, when I went ahead and was upgrading to Windows 11, the system became unresponsive. It just had a black screen. So after power cycling my tower, it went ahead and lost all the settings in the BIOS, and I had to go ahead and reconfigure and re-enable both the TPM and also virtualization. And I went ahead and kept XMP disabled because I wasn't sure if maybe it might have caused an issue during the upgrade. And then went ahead and ran the Windows updates over to Windows 11. It took 4 minutes to install and reboot, and here we are. Now what's interesting though is that, and I don't know if it's related to the XMP being disabled, but the processor temperature is actually quite a bit cooler. I want to say at least 5 to 8 degrees cooler Celsius. I don't know why. Now, I've been using Windows 10 since it was beta, so I have some habits that I've developed over the years, and one of them is the location of the start menu. So what's been happening is my habit of moving the mouse to the lower left-hand screen to start, and I realize, hey, it's not there. It's right here in the middle. Now there's some cool things here. If we just go into settings, Windows Update is just right here. You don't have to go through multiple menus to get to it. Now, what's kind of weird is that if I try to pin something, so here's NVIDIA Broadcast. I want to pin that to start. It says it's pinned to start, but I don't see it on the start menu. Now, Windows 11 is buggy. Even though this is not the leaked ISO, it still has quite a bit of bugs. I suspect that Microsoft will be updating this as fast as they can because of all of the anticipation and probably partially due to the leak. Now, it's pretty cool that Windows 11 is free, provided that your system can go ahead and support the upgrade. Now, what's also free is slapping that like button if you haven't already. All right, so next I'm going to go ahead and start running some benchmarks and put together some data to see if it makes any difference with my 3070 Ti on my Ryzen 5950X. Now be sure to go ahead and drop any questions down in the comment section below, and I'll do my best to respond to each and every single comment. All right, so to go ahead and check out the different backgrounds that are available with Windows 11, if we just right click and go onto display settings, then on the left-hand side here, go over to personalization. Once under personalization, you can go ahead and scroll on down. We've got background. So this is the current background. And here is the ever so popular one that's been shown with the leak since it's been out. Then there is a lighter one that's kind of similar, looks pretty cool. I'm not sure what this is, but this looks like Pringles. Tell me what you think in the comment section below if this looks like Pringles or not, and if there's anything that you want me to go ahead and do in Windows 11 on a future video.